out, 7.0, and we have the full OTAs that have come out for this. So you can update this through several different ways. Well, just two that I know of right now is that if you enroll your device in the developer program, and then you'll get the OTA pretty much immediately from things I've read online, or you can download the full OTA provided here on this Android Police post here. You can just go ahead and download this and flash it using FlashFire. So this is obviously a tutorial for updating your rooted Nexus 6P to Android Nougat from our Marshmallow builds. So in this case, I'm rocking the MTC 20F, excuse me, and so yeah, we're gonna get started. So my phone's rooted, just plain root. I just needed it for some root apps, and we're gonna get started right away. So first things first, you wanna download the OTA for this. So this is the NRD90M. Just click on that and it'll download this zip file. And this is the one you wanna copy to your phone. And next thing that we wanna download is TWRP for our 6P. Of course, the new one, I think it was 3.0.2-1, allows us to decrypt the data partition on our 6P running Android N. So of course you can download this by clicking here and then clicking this link down there, or over there, and you want to copy that to your phone as well. And last things last, we're going to be using FlashFire to update our phone, and this is just downloaded from the Play Store and installed. So once you have those two files downloaded, of course, which is the OTA and the latest version of TWRP, we can pretty much head over to our phones. So here I've got my phone, and you can see there it's got TWRP downloaded, and of course, FlashFire. So we can open that up. We can give it root access. We're gonna hit grant. Now this shouldn't lose any data, but if you're running exposed, currently there is no exposed for Android N, I think. I haven't checked yet, but if you don't update if you don't flash the exposed framework after this, then your modules won't work, but that's fine. So if you're using exposed, your modules won't work afterwards, as exposed is not out for Android N just yet. And of course, if you're running a custom kernel, for example, that you want to keep your data partition unencrypted, you're going to need to flash that as well. And of course, we're going to be needing to flash the OTA and TWRP. So we can hit agree on this disclaimer. We'll just say no thanks for now. And what we're going to do is tap on the plus, and we're going to add a zip or OTA. Now I've downloaded everything in my downloads folder, so I'm just going to tap on this. This is what it should look like. Start with 47 end in 9FBE, and this is just the firmware file, or the OTA. So I've tapped on that, and mount system rather than read only. So I think we should just be able to leave this as is. So we're going to hit tap. So I think we'll tap on restore boot and recovery images, and we're going to hit OK. So in Everroot, we've also got inject super SU enabled, and we're going to leave that. And we're going to hit the flash button again, and of course I think we can just choose flash, zip, or OTA, and we're going to go ahead and select the TWRP image that we'll go to, maybe it was this. Yeah, there we go. So we needed to use a flash firmware package and then locate our TWRP image right here. I'm going to tap on that, and that's going to be flashed to the recovery. And of course, you need to flash any like I've said, other modifications that you need, or custom kernels, or modified boot images, and things like that. You'll need to flash or add that using the flash firmware package option. And that looks like it's about right. So we're going to hit flash, and we're going to hit OK. So this will go through the process of flashing the required files here that we need for all this to work properly. And I think I'll just leave it here, and it should go do all its magic. So as you can see, it's just backed up our recovery image, and we've flashed the TWRP image there, and it looks like it's all been alright. So right now this is restoring, or it has just finished restoring our stock boot and recovery images here for our OTA. Well, that's kind of out of focus, but I'll fix that up in a sec. And right now it's patching the system image with all the files that are inside that OTA. So this part will probably take the longest, as I guess there's would have been a lot of changes between Android M and N. Now if I just adjust the focus here so you guys can see it. I think it's just because it's on a slant and it can't get everything, you know, the best it can. So as you can see, it finished writing into all these partitions over here. And now we're just going to patch the boot image for Android N. And this will reboot our phone once it's done. So now it's done. Now that process was pretty quick. I don't know, maybe autofocus will do it better. Oh, probably not. I think that's the best. Okay, so right now our phone is just going to reboot back into Android, and we should be able to see, well, there will be a couple boot loops, I guess, just because Super SU is doing its thing. And afterwards, we should be greeted with the, I'm not sure, not even a setup screen for Android N. I think we'll just be going right into it. So your phone will take a couple minutes to boot from that, and we'll just wait and see. Well, I say a couple minutes, but it's going pretty quick. So now it's starting Android. Maybe this part will take the longest, and we'll have our boot loops here. So now we've just finished booting, and yeah, there was no setup screen. And we should be able to see, these are similar icons that we've seen in the developer previews. And of course, here it is. And if we scroll down, you can see Android 7.0. And I think the baseband was updated. I'm not sure about the bootloader. We haven't got the factory images to play around with just yet at the time of recording. And we'll see Super SU. What was at the top? As you can see, it still works. And if we open up FlashFire, oh well, it may have to be updated for Android N. Well, actually, I'll download a root checker app and we'll have a look. And there we are. Okay, so we're going to verify root, and there we are. We'll grant it root access. There we go. Now, this is how we do it, updating from Marshmallow to Android N without any problems here. Everything still works. We've got all our files here. And that's just Google Play services, but we won't worry about that. Using FlashFire, so using the full OTA. And of course, we have our updated TWRP, which I'll just reboot into the recovery just to have a look anyway. And if we boot into the bootloader, now sometimes this case is a little bit funny. Here we are. They're going to reboot into the recovery, and we shall see TWRP. So yeah, this is one way of doing it. And once the factory images come out, I'll be doing some various tutorials about that. And also, I haven't forgotten about the substratum guide. Well, okay, we'll try this. And hey, but that's all right. We'll just force power this off. So yeah, if it doesn't flash using that method, I must have checked something wrong. All we need to do is force it off, reboot back into the bootloader, and of course, plug it in and flash TWRP. Okay, I'll just go over this as a little end of video bonus. I'm going to move the camera closer to where my USB port is, on the side of the keyboard. So all you need to do is plug in your device into the bootloader, and if we head back over to our device here, we're going to need our Android tools thing, which is on my basket build. And so the Android tools is basically our ADB, fastboot, and those two DLLs that we need. And it pretty much looks like this. This is what we're going to be downloading. And I'll have a link to this down in the more info, as I usually do. So there it is, just the Android tools zip file here. And once you have that downloaded and extracted, all you need to do is, so you've extracted it, and it'll look like, you'll have these files and fastboot, where are you, down there, these highlighted files. Sorry, this is very messy, but once you have those files in a folder, all you need to do is hold shift and right click, and I'm going to press on open command window here. And what we need to type in is fastboot flash recovery, and I'll leave a space on the end over here. And we're going to find that TWRP image that we downloaded. So if you download it on your device, I guess just go back on your computer and download it. But if you copied it over, just navigate to wherever you saved it. So I have it in a very organized fashion. And just drag it on top of your command prompt window. Now I know I think it was Vista and below, you can't drag it in, which is a bit of a pain. So yeah, just make sure you put your file there, press enter. And if we go back to our device and we go into TWRP, we should see it flashed properly. Okay, so now it's updated and this should decrypt without any issues. There we are. So as you can see, we can access our data partition and everything's there. And of course, you can flash anything from there. So this is it for this video, guys. Sorry that TWRP thing was a little bit extra and we had to do it at the end, but better working than it not, right? So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any suggestions for tutorials, like I've said, I haven't forgotten about the substratum, going over that. And I believe there were a few more tutorials that people wanted to see, but there'll definitely be more guides on more on long Android N. And of course, I'll do a new routing tutorial or video on that one as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.